Time again for Shelton City Council Looking Ahead with Interim City Manager Mark Ziegler. And Mark, Tuesday night you have, well, essentially two meetings. You start with the Shelton Metropolitan Park District, and then you get into the business meeting for the City Council. I want to talk about the council meeting as the Park District's kind of more routine, pay the bills.
Yeah, essentially this time, yeah, as the park, as the park board is the city council, and the park district contracts for services with the city of Shelton. There's not a whole lot of business to conduct because there's no employees, no assets or anything like that within the park district. So it's basically paying the bills to the city and just giving an update on parks and recreation activities in the community to the park board.
That's at 5:45. The council meeting starts at 6, and let's start at the top of the list here. You have a couple of presentations. One of them is the Transportation Benefit District and its annual report. Why don't you remind everybody what that is?
Yeah. So in 2016, a vote of the people established a Transportation Benefit District, and that is a 0.2% increase in sales tax in the city of Shelton that pays directly for transportation projects in the city of Shelton. So this is an annual report that's required by law to the Transportation Benefit District Board, which is essentially the city council. And it just outlines the existing funds, where 2022 wrapped up, and what kind of projects were completed with the funds in the last year.
Do you have anything that stands out in those projects?
Part of the Western Gateway project, the paving of that project. So those funds go directly into improving our streets and making them more passable and safe for our community. And then Brockdale Road paving, saw that from Island Lake Road and Batstone Cutoff into Wallace Neyland Boulevard and Johns Prairie intersection. So that paid for that paving as well. So and then we've got a couple projects that are upcoming that this paid for some of the design work on, that we got some other grants to offset the construction, which are Safe Routes to Schools projects, which provides for those rapid flasher crossings and more robust sidewalks and curb cuts. Two of them, Nick, that are directly related to Evergreen Elementary School at 7th and Franklin and 9th and Franklin, and then one up on Shelton Springs Road that crosses from the high school to the Hufflepuff Trail. So try to make our pedestrians, specifically our students that are walking to and from schools, more safe.
Under the business agenda, you have Traffic Box Wrap Project. This is kind of a neat concept where it takes something that you don't even really notice is just a piece of a box on the side of the road, and you make it more appealing.
Yeah.
Talk about that for a bit.
Yeah. Well, this is other communities have done this for many years, and the city of Shelton has had 2 installations over the last 6 years, I believe it is. And there's a few more traffic boxes around town. These traffic boxes are the controllers for typically traffic signals. And, there's a steel metal, box that gets grungy and dirty and sometimes has graffiti on it and whatnot. And so it's a good way to kind of liven up, add art to our community at a relatively, inexpensive and easy to manipulate project by just wrapping it with a printed vinyl that depicts some local artists' work. So the Arts Commission, our Shelton Arts Commission, the volunteer citizen committee called for artists to submit. We had 16 submittals. And then there's a public process to vote on this too. So this was put out. We had over 1,300 responses, and the top 4 were selected through that public process. The Arts Commission vetted those, and now we're taking to the City Council for final approval. And we've got partnerships built through this project. The Martha Reed Foundation has supported us in the past and supported this project in the past. Peninsula Art Association and Shelton Rotary, those 3 organizations are all paying for an installation each. So we'll see First and Railroad, First and Coda, Cascade and Olympic Highway South and Olympic Highway North and Wallace Neyland Boulevard. Those would be the 4 locations that have installations upon the council's approval. So, yeah, we think it's a great addition to our community. Just just places art and color in places that normally wouldn't be.
On your action agenda, you have several items. The thing that sticks out to me, and it's always that, oh, it's annexation, and it's that it gets people all up in an uproar. But this is just a one big parcel between
Yep.
the high school, basically, and Island Lake.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically,
It's single ownership, and this owner wants to develop 40 acres with about 36 lots for houses, single family residences on this parcel. They want to be in the city. They petition to be in the city because they want city services. Those amenities within the city of Shelton and within the UGA, in this case, the urban growth area, are available because we have a water system, potable water system, and sewage treatment plants and stormwater conveyance and things like that, and a street grid and street network. So that becomes, part of the urban environment. When we build out into the UGA, that annexation takes place so they can connect to all those services and make their project more viable, frankly. So we are processing that application for annexation. It was on the business agenda 2 weeks ago, and it'll be on the action agenda next week, the 20th. And I don't foresee too many issues with that, but we certainly welcome the public to come out and comment as they see fit.
and this is not the specific development. This is just annexing
Correct.
it into the city.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, good point to clarify. That permitting process will follow after annexation, so they will submit all their civil plans for all the public infrastructure that goes in place. That has to be in place, and then a final plat is what they call it. So once the lots are broken up, that 40 acres is broken up into individual lots, as you would traditionally see, houses on in the city now. They all have their own lots. That final plat occurs once that public infrastructure is in place, and then they're able to go ahead and build those houses and market them as appropriately and sell them off as individual lots.
That's Tuesday night, 5:45 for the Shelton Metropolitan Park District meeting, 6 o'clock for the City Council. It's in the courtroom at the Civic Center. Online, you can attend via Zoom, or you can watch it on the city's YouTube channel.